Hello everyone! We are currently in Anaheim, California at my brand new client project. Let's come on in for an empty house tour. We are at my brand new client project. This is a previous client of mine and she just bought a brand new house. The house was built in 1976 and the house is just over 1,700 square feet on a 9,000 square foot lot. She purchased the house at just over $1 million. So I'm going to show you what you can get for $1 million here in Anaheim, California. We're now standing in the living room and you'll see that this is the first room that you enter into the property. Right next to the living room is this breakfast area. So I would consider this almost like the breakfast nook. You can also make this like a really small formal dining area. But what I love about this layout is that the space is so huge. There's actually dual living rooms. You could use this as a family room. You could use this as like a second living room, even a playroom for the kids. The only issue is the kitchen is quite small. You'll see that the kitchen, not only is it small, it's dated. The appliances are outdated as well. We're going to do a complete gut renovation for the kitchen. I actually love that the common areas are on one end of the home and then all of the private areas like the bedrooms on another. We've got 3 bedrooms here, 1, 2, 3 bedrooms, a ton of storage that's already built into the space. You know, with some of these older homes, you'll see that they don't have a lot of storage. So the great thing about this house is that there's already a lot of storage built in, so you don't have to carve out these spaces. The home has 2 bathrooms. We've got 2 full bathrooms here. This is the guest bathroom. And the second bathroom is through the primary suite. Look at this huge primary suite. When I say huge, this is huge for like Orange County standards. You've got this little ensuite bathroom, and I love that they've carved out like storage areas. You have a sliding door closet as well, and a teeny tiny little water closet with a standing shower. So here is the original floor plan with the dining room, kitchen, family room, and living room completely intact. We will be knocking out and demolishing all of these interior walls to create one great open plan. The kitchen is going to be extended all the way from wall to wall on the south side of the home. I am presenting 3 different design plans to the client. The first floor plan A has a large expansive kitchen. We have elevations that go wall to wall with a huge island in the middle. What you get here is a 6 to 8 top dining table with an additional 5 to 6 people seated at the island. The great thing about this floor plan is that I'm able to carve out a tiny little powder room as well with a beverage and a coffee station on the rear side of the east wall. You will see a slightly enlarged entry in floor plan B. In this situation, we have a smaller island table, but it allows us a larger half bath. I was able to carve out an area for a full standing shower, a small lavatory, and on the opposite side of that wall, you're gonna walk into a new pantry. With a new large expansive elevation for the entire kitchen, I'm actually thinking of moving the mudroom to the garage as well, since the garage is huge. What this is going to do is gonna open up more space for us in the interior side of the home so I can carve out this new pantry. We can place this like cute little island and add some custom extras like a coffee and tea station. Finally, we have floor plan C. In this plan, the emphasis is on a larger dining table. Originally, the clients wanted a table that's seated between 8 and 10 people, maybe with a leaf extension so that they can get 12 people in here. The issue is that with a larger dining table, now I have to borrow some square footage from the kitchen, which makes the kitchen a whole lot smaller. So between these 3 different floor plans, which one can you see yourself living in? Floor plan A, floor plan B, or floor plan C? So the client ultimately chose floor plan B, which is my personal favorite as well. Now I'm able to drop in all of those key appliances. We've got the refrigerator at the entry from the garage. It's opposite the new walk-in pantry. We've got the induction cooktop on the south wall and the new sink that's placed in the island on the north elevation. This aligns with Feng Shui principles where water is on the north sector of the home and fire, which is the stove, is on the south sector of the home. If you follow along the entire elevation, we're gonna have the hood and the induction cooktop as the central focal point of the entire kitchen. It's gonna look so fabulous. I'm gonna carve out a little area for a coffee, tea, beverage station. You're still able to get like 6 to 8 people seated at the dining table. And of course, with a little spillage over at the counter bar area. I can plop in like 5 different bar stools here. I'm actually even thinking of rounding out this island and kind of curving out the dining table. So it reflects more of like a soft, curvy aesthetic, which is really great for smaller spaces so you don't bump into any sharp corners. So now that you see the entire lay of the land, I am so excited to show you the entire design for this project with the help of today's sponsor, MILANOTE. So here is how we'll be starting on our first project. So for the initial board, it's always about the vibe. I always want to paint a picture for the client, so I'll be starting with an empty mood board that I'll add my own inspiration images. We're going for a really beautiful, casual, Southern California, lived-in coastal look. We're going for a lot of neutrals. We're going for a lot of texture. I love the idea of using neutral grounded elements with a lot of fun, flourishing surprises. You can start by adding your inspiration images. You'll save the images and you can kind of move them around the mood board so that you can create the composition that you desire. I'll be adding in some strategic color palettes here. We're kind of going for a taupe and clay vibe, so every inspiration image that I select for this board should echo those same types of colors. Here's our finished mood board to drive the design, and now we'll be starting to layer on the rest of the looks. Currently standing in the kitchen, which is exactly where I like to start, especially with a blank slate as this. The great thing about working with a previous client is that she trusts me. I understand her aesthetic. She knows the way I work. We have a really symbiotic relationship, especially we've worked together for like over 10 years now. So I came up with these like outrageous ideas for her home, and she is totally on board. So let's talk about the kitchen. We've got this really teeny tiny kitchen here, and the kitchen is right off of the entry from the garage. You'll see that you enter the home through the garage. So what I want to do with this space is completely demolish it. I want to create a really cute little landing area, which is what I would consider a mudroom. The mudroom is going to be like a landing zone for her and her family. It's a place for her son to kind of drop off his book bags. It's a place for her to unload groceries, have a place for mail, maybe even your keys, sunglasses, things that you need to kind of get out the door in a hurry. We are going to be feng shuiing this entire home, which means you got to bust open that compass and figure out the best directions for your stove and the sink in a kitchen. You'll see that the kitchen layout right now, not only is it so small, it's unfunctional. You've got this like really teeny tiny work triangle, but what we want to do is expand the look of the kitchen and the flow of the entire space. I'm also going to carve out a small little powder room so that she could have another washroom in the space. We currently only have 2 full bathrooms, but she does want another one for guests. The first order of business is always to purchase your appliances. There's no way that you're going to be able to lay out a really great, fabulous, brand new kitchen without those appliances in place. So I'm in charge of specifying not only all of the appliances, the finishes, and materials, but we're also going to relay out this entire kitchen to make it flow better. I typically start these boards with a hero inspiration image. This image is a full kitchen elevation. You'll see that there's a lot of similar properties that we want to adopt into our kitchen design. We've got the central hood, we have like symmetrical openings. In this opening, it looks like it's an opening to a scullery or a butler's pantry where we have windows instead. I love the look of symmetrical pendants over an island. Even though our island is slightly off skew, I totally think that we're gonna achieve this really beautiful look. I love these counter stools. They add so much texture to an already rich space. We've got a lot of marble in here. You've got a lot of brass elements. I love white oak for kitchen cabinets because it's just so timeless. She wants a light, bright, airy space. We're gonna bring the white oak cabinets all the way up to the ceiling because the ceilings are not tall. They're just a standard 96-inch height, which is about 8 feet, very typical for Southern California standards. You'll see that the kitchen is behind me and also this small little dining area. It's not gonna look like this once I'm done with it. We are completely demolishing this entire elevation. I actually wanna turn the entire kitchen so that it is aligned with Feng Shui compass directions, all right? I know it sounds like really wonky, but when you have a client who really understands the implications of Feng Shui and how powerful it could be to bless your home, I mean, I absolutely love that. So I have got gotten the green light to demolish every single interior wall that you see in the space. What we're going to do is re-lay out the kitchen so the kitchen almost takes up the entire half of the home. We have just moved from the kitchen into one of the family rooms. This entire wall that you see behind me is going to be blasted through. No more fireplace, no more interior wall. We're gonna have one great open, expansive great room. The great thing I love about this great room is that not only is it going to provide an open concept layout for the family, they kind of want to see a really big, expansive kitchen. That's going to be the heart of the home. That's where everyone is going to gather. That's where they're going to entertain. So I am so excited to get started with demolition and reconstruct this baby from the ground up. So for the initial great room, I'm providing 2 different looks for the clients, and I've enlisted 2 of my team members to help me do it. The very first look is a modern and fresh approach to what we want to lay out in this new space. You've got a kitchen in the rear, you have a dining area, and also a living area that all have to share the same space. So the idea is to create a really beautiful, expansive backdrop with low furniture, curved arms. You want to be wrapped and enveloped in your furniture. Here's the second look for the same great room. We are piecing in some grounding neutrals, but as you can see, there's a lot more warmth of woods in here. It's a little bit more grounding, a little bit more lived in. Between these 2 looks, which one do you like better? Great room A or great room B? Let's move on to the adjacent room and talk about all of the design details that we're going to implement in there. We are now standing in the main living room. You'll see the dual-sided fireplaces behind me. I am going to knock out this entire wall because number 1, she doesn't need a fireplace. Number 2, she wants an open concept space. Not only are we going to knock out this firewall, I'm also going to be knocking out these pony walls with the balusters that's attached to the pony wall. One of the things I love about demo and construction is that you never know what you're gonna find. The minute that we start knocking out these walls, one of it might be a structural beam. If you have a structural beam or a column that's supporting the weight of the home, there are a few ways to work around that. You can install a larger structural beam on the ceiling to help support the walls, or you could simply clad the structural column in like a nicer finish, which is sometimes when you see those older homes with like all of these columns built out, that's exactly what they're doing. They're trying to hide a structural column. The house is actually really spacious for just over 1,700 square feet. There's 3 interior bedrooms. That's about 10 by 10 square feet, which is about 3 square meters. They all have closets built into the rooms because that's how Southern California does it. You cannot call a bedroom without a closet inside. We're now standing in the hall bathroom. This is going to be the guest bathroom. The bathroom layout is exactly what it's going to be. It's just going to be cosmetic finishes in here. I will be demolishing the countertop, the vanity, the shower enclosure. I'm going to keep this wall that divides the shower and the water closet because you know what I hate? I hate when you walk into a bathroom and you see the toilet right away. That's just kind of like one of my pet peeves. And it's also a feng shui no-no to kind of see the toilet. So the wall that's dividing the toilet and the shower is absolutely going to stay. The hall bathroom to me is like the star of the show. It's the one bathroom that you know all of your guests are going to use. It's a full bathroom, so there's a whole lot of elements in it. The feature wall is going to have wood slat white oak elements on it. We're going to repeat that same type of finish on the custom cabinetry as well. I love using white marble for a high-end luxurious space. If you're on a budget, porcelain that looks like the real thing is a really great dupe, but of course, nothing is going to match or surpass the real deal. Mixing metals in a small bathroom allows the space to feel really fresh and dynamic, so I'm loving this kind of like matte black with bronzy brass accents. You'll see that this inspiration image has pendant lights that are suspended from a soffit on the ceiling. We're not going to be doing that here in this bathroom. I actually just want to wash the face with like a really soft glow. So we're going to be installing this milky glass wall sconces instead. I love using lime wash plaster in pretty much any type of bathroom when you're looking for like a Zen vibe, a Japandi vibe. It's really beautiful and it adds so much depth and character to the space.
Noel actually put this board together for me, and I enlisted him to look for like a really fabulous mosaic flooring. I want to pull the color from the field to match the plaster on the lime wash. Once Noel was done with his portion of the board, he is sharing it with me so I can add in all the fun little details and then send this to the clients. The hall bathroom now features a wood slat wall, white marble countertop, ceramic pattern flooring, and beautiful brass fixtures. What do you think of this hall bathroom design? Can you see this in your own home?
So we're coming into the large, expansive primary bedroom suite. It's really sizable, so much so that I have decided I'm actually going to carve out an entire elevation of closet space here. So this is going to be her wardrobe, and then his wardrobe is going to be in the ensuite bathroom. We'll be setting up the bed in the command position. Opposite the bed is going to be a media console, almost like a cabinet, maybe a dresser, so that you can have extra storage, and like a cute little TV on top because they do watch television in bed. I'm going to show you how teeny tiny this bathroom is. I'm actually going to demolish all of the interior walls, new countertops, new lavatory, new elevation. I'm gonna get rid of this closet as well so that we could create a larger bathroom suite, because I gotta show you, this is so tiny. Look at this. 24-inch door that opens to a water closet, which is the toilet area, and then also a standing shower. I think the standing shower space is great. The water closet's great. It's kind of like hidden, but I want to relay out this entire area to offer more storage and a prettier sink area.
We're going for a really soft and serene look in the primary bedroom suite. So we're starting with a lot of like desert sand colors. I love this Esme bed from Sixpenny. So I'm loving this kind of slip covered vibe. It gives it a very traditional look, but a very lived in casual look as well. When you're laying out these mood boards for clients on MILANOTE, you always want to provide as much information as possible. I love that the little caption tool allows me to caption every single image and also provide further information. I'm going to drop a link here for the exact piece of the Esme bed on Sixpenny so that the client can actually visit the site and get more information. I'll be starting a new board for the primary bathroom suite. We're starting with our hero inspiration image. This is an image that the client actually found for me online, and I love the direction behind this space. We're starting with really beautiful bleached white oak cabinets. It almost looks to have a little bit of a distressing, so I definitely want to make sure that I add that detail in to the mood board so she can see some of those highlights. We'll be accenting the space with brass faucets and hardware, and of course, nothing screams luxury like white marble. You always want to echo the same types of finishes from space to space. So of course, if you have a brass faucet on the sink, you can mimic that same type of brass look either in the shower head or with a mirror. Since there's a whole lot of gold and brass going on, I'm definitely going to change it up and use unlacquered brass in some areas and polished brass in others. The mix of sheens combined with all of these luxurious materials is going to feel so relaxing in this space.
Here are the different ways to use MILANOTE. MILANOTE is a flexible creative workspace, which means there are so many different ways to use it. From brainstorming ideas with your design team, like I did in this video, to creating mood boards for each room in the home. I love that I'm able to keep the entire project in check and track everyone's tasks at the same time. MILANOTE is a perfect place to start your creative work. I wished I knew about MILANOTE when I first started designing interiors. I love that it allows me to work in a quick and efficient manner. As a creative, I'm often juggling a million different ideas for a handful of clients at the same time. MILANOTE makes it so easy for me to jot down ideas, have them saved and organized by project, and have something to reference back to in case I need it. I cannot stress the importance of organization when it comes to designing an entire home from demo to construction. You have to be on top of every single step. You're dealing with a full team, a whole lot of responsibility. Now every member of the team can access the project and understand exactly which phase we are in so we never miss a beat. Finally, MILANOTE is available for free with no time limit. Sign up using the link in the description and start your next creative project. If you enjoy using MILANOTE, let me know down in the comments below. That's it for today's home tour, everyone. I hope you had a fun time touring this empty house with me and my new client project. This is going to be part 1 of a brand new series that we roll out on the channel. Thank you again to MILANOTE for sponsoring this video. If you like this type of content, please give this video a like and a thumbs up. Comment below and let me know what was your favorite aspect from today's home tour. Share this video with anyone you know who loves interior design as much as we do, and subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. Click that little notification bell to be notified of new videos that we drop on the channel every single Thursday. Thank you so much for watching, everyone. I'll see you next week.